Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
And here we go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Heroes at Large, a show of nerds for nerds by nerds. Let's have roll call, heroes.
Knee-high.
Badass James Dynamite.
DJ Provoke.
And I am Avaz. Once again, DJ Provoke is with us to talk nerdy stuff with us.
He's not playing no music, though.
Yeah, not today. Maybe later. Scratch it a little bit.
Scratch it a little bit? That's what we're going with?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Let's do a couple shout outs to some of the comments we've gotten on our past podcasts. Mario Marino made a comment on our first episode. First Pacific Rim is fantastic. On the fence about this new one though. Great job on the podcast. Hope it grows into something grand one day. Well, so do we.
Yes.
You can help us out. Spread the word.
Yeah,
Spread the word.
definitely. If we really appreciate any comments you guys have, positive or negative. We take constructive criticism very seriously.
And I'm right there with you. The first Pacific Rim was really great. Second one, I am excited for. I'm just curious to see what the timeline is going to be, how far in the future it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to connect it to the first one.
Yeah. But you see similar characters, but you kind of wonder where the other characters went.
It's going to be like years after, a few years after.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's obvious, but,
yeah.
I'm just curious to see because some characters are in the trailer and some are not.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to see how far the timeline and what happened to the characters. But, it could just be retired.
It's robots.
Hopefully this movie will step up the game a bit.
More robots.
Give us something bigger and better than the first one. If not, we won't be seeing any more. We got another comment from Kevin Crocker from our second episode. Longtime customer before the shop closed. Thank you very much. And just found the podcast today. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. We appreciate, all your support. Mike Figure commented on our third podcast. What are your thoughts on the new Venom trailer? We touched on this a little bit before.
Yes.
On that one, I need to see more than just a teaser trailer. Obviously, the way the suit is going to be done has a lot to do with it. And obviously, story when the movie comes out.
But we know it's going to be dark, kind of like a dark movie.
Yeah,
right?
this teaser trailer makes this movie look like it's going to be a darker movie, which is what we kind of talked about. We're kind of hoping since Logan worked so well with the R rating. Obviously, Deadpool's worked really well with an R rating. When you come to Venom, you come to this type of dark villain, I think
have they rated the movie
R-rated movie would work really well. No, I mean, they haven't really done much of anything.
Yeah.
Haven't even shown the symbiote yet.
Yeah, like I said, just a teaser trailer, so.
What are your thoughts, Provoke?
I mean, yeah, it's a teaser just like, everybody else is saying. So I'm just kind of holding out, waiting to see more the suit or the actual symbiote, attachment. Yeah. That's what I'm waiting for.
And the story, how they're going to attach it to him. Is it going to be like, obviously for me, Spider-Man has to be be because that's how he has the look. I hope it's just not, oh, well, here's Eddie Brock. I'm going to attach myself to him, and for some odd reason,
he looks like Spider-Man.
It seems like that they might go with like a very minimal use of Spider-Man Peter Parker.
I mean, as long as there's some kind of connection, because the fact that Venom looks like Spider-Man in a black suit, you know what I mean?
They'll have Spider-Man in the way background, just swinging away.
Yeah. I mean, if the only reason why Venom looks like Spider-Man is because he saw a picture of Spider-Man, I'm going to be really upset. You see what I'm saying?
What if they just made a symbiote of some kind of blood and it's not even alien, it's just some creative stuff.
I don't know, I mean...
Sony has left a bad taste in the Spider fans.
Right?
Now,
yeah, so hopefully they don't ruin this. I mean, and fans will be upset.
We'll see. Yeah. Fox is the one who's doing this one, right?
I think Marvel has.
Is it Fox or is it
Sony?
Right?
Sony has had a really bad back.
And I think Marvel has their foot in there.
They don't now with this one.
Watch when the movie, like I said,
when it crashes, then Marvel's like, come on.
Yeah, they're gonna give them a little part, something. You know, it has to, because if they connect this movie without something that has to do with Spider-Man, the movie's gonna fail, because we all know the backstory of Venom.
Yeah. So until we can really give, whether we're excited or not, we need to see more. Last new comment was from Eric. Once again, our favorite fan out there, Eric and his family. He made a comment on our Wakanda special report. Love the Black Panther episode! ! We saw the movie today and loved it. Then listen to this episode all the way home! !
Glad you liked the movie, though.
Yeah, we're really glad that you enjoyed the podcast, and we're really glad that you enjoyed the movie. We hope that mostly everybody else that listens to our podcast is enjoying the movie and getting hopefully something good information on what we've got here.
We're going to try and do the same thing with other movies as best as we possibly can as they come out. As far as like background on characters and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I know for Avengers, everyone already knows the characters. We'll probably just do something on Thanos. Yeah,
maybe just kind of catch you up a little bit, some brief type history and stuff like that. But for all the upcoming movies, we've already kind of done a podcast on the upcoming movies, but we want to try and give you as much information that way. If any of you are new to watching any of this stuff, or new timers to comics in general, we want to kind of help you figure things out and not feel lost.
Not to mention help us figure things out.
Yeah, we're all gonna learn something. If we don't, some of us don't even know too. So
and together we can be special.
Yes. Let's all hands.
You do anything to just try and touch us, don't you?
Let's not go there.
So really quick, we've got DJ Provoke with us today. Brief background on DJ Provoke. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into nerdiness?
Nerdiness? I'm a nerd.
How long? For how long? You new to it? Since birth?
No, I would probably say since birth. My mom is actually like the Spider-Man fan. She's the one that got me into Spider-Man.
Nice.
Yeah, she got me the old Mego Spider-Mans that had like the plastic Spider-Man head.
Oh, the Migos.
Migos.
Wait, do you still have those?
No.
So you were
another sad story.
Like, Halloween, you were dressed Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, I mean Spider-Man for Halloween, and even like I was moving out of my parents' house, and I was like kind of just taking some like my Spider-Man stuff, and my mom's like, "Hey, where you going with that Spider-Man?" And she kept
cool.
She kept a big old like the bigger Spider-Man. I'm like doing hand gestures as if you guys could see.
You guys see that, right?
Like
what, 2 feet tall?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like, "That's mine." So, but she ended up keeping it. But that's how I got more.
So she won.
Spider-Man. Yeah, she won.
Well,
she has it.
Mom should win.
What you guys arm wrestled for it? You said, and she won. Huh?
With the water balloons.
With the Spider-Man glove on. Let's see you as
that love has always gone.
So it's something you guys share together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
now, is that something that you and your kids share together?
The kids are a little bit different. They go in through phases.
They're like Venom.
So one of my boys likes Venom.
Oh, he's gonna be your Eddie Brock.
Yeah,
he's gonna try and murder you. Know that, right?
Everything dark, So he's into the Sith. He's into Darth Vader. He's into like everything dark. It's that's him. So he loves it.
No, you have one,
two. I have twin boys.
Twins. Do you ever treat one better than the other?
No.
You should. That way, see if one person.
The one that likes Spider-Man gets treated better.
Because you can't tell them apart.
Did you give them the same name? Like, hey, Roy, come here.
Is it Peter
Roy
or Ben?
1 and Roy 2. No, one's name is Parker, actually.
No, is he the one that's into the dark stuff?
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Yeah. See, I think he's rebelling against you.
I think
already.
so.
Like, that's quick.
I would put them both in a cage and have them just fight it out for your amusement.
We have only one room for one kid.
It kind of broke my heart. So I was making like art projects, like a little letter for them, and I asked them, so what would you like on the letter? Like these paper, like the
with comic books,
with the comic books on them. So on the wooden letters. So one of them said, well, I want Captain America. I said, all right, so cool. I said, Jordan, do you want Spider-Man? No. I want Iron Man. I was just like,
Right
So
in the
what
heart.
you do
Right
is
in
you
the
get them
heart.
the Iron Spider.
Yeah.
And it's a combination of both.
There you go.
Or you could have just said, I'm going to tell grandma.
Yeah. No Christmas presents for you.
But yeah, they're fun.
Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you do in the comic book world today.
You know, growing up.
Mhm.
No, I'm a cosplayer, so I do
Nice.
nerdy
Nice.
events. You could say for Nerdbot Media. So I do their DJing, and
You really don't have to do that every single time.
we can.
I've started doing more events also for another group called Kids Can Cosplay. So getting more involved
nice.
with like their hospital and their
wow.
Christmas
dope.
events. And,
Yeah.
and that was originally the idea of why I wanted to do cosplay. So I actually lost maybe at least 30 pounds to try to get into my first Spider-Man costume.
Wow.
Now, let me ask you, dressing up for the kids, your inspiration to do that, or
Yes.
something you did for yourself personally?
It was more for the kids. I was actually at a hospital. I used to get allergy shots, and I saw a kid that lit up when they saw my shirt. He was handicapped, and I was like, you know what? Just for seeing a shirt,
Wow, yeah.
you know, this kid lit up, and I was like, there has to be something I could do, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
It took a lot to lose the 30 pounds,
But it was worth it.
but it was definitely worth it.
Okay, let me ask you something. Is there a way people can get in contact with you if they want to help you out and go to these hospitals and brighten up kids' days?
Or if they have questions or anything like that.
Usually I attach myself to established groups because like hospitals already have like their groups that they call in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I've attached myself with Kids Can Cosplay. Usually you know, if you attach yourself to a group, if like cosplayers want to like do that part, then find a group like West Coast Avengers. They do stuff. There's other like spider groups also that do it too.
Good to know. Good to know. So if you guys want to look into that and you know, reach out and maybe even donate or whatever's possible to help out these kids, you know, give us information and we'll pass it along if possible.
Yeah, most definitely. So real quick, let's go ahead and have a word from our sponsor.
Yes, sponsor today is Jim Gordon's Mustache Wax and Combs.
Yes.
Wow.
If you ever wanted to have a full lush mustache like Jim Gordon or Ned Flanders, feel free to give us a call and let them know about Jim Gordon's Mustache Wax and Combs.
If it's good enough for Flanders, it's
It's good enough for
you.
Gordon.
And God.
Do they ship worldwide?
They ship
Free shipping?
worldwide. No, they do free shipping on orders over 10,000.
Okay.
So that's a lot of
Okay.
mustache combs and wax. And I think they're working on a new trimmer.
wow.
You know, but it's got to be. Seeing that Ned Flanders is attached to it as well, they got to be good left-handed as well. So
Oh yeah,
you know, that's where the
sense.
prototypes.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what separates them from the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're left-handed friendly.
Great company, great company. We're gonna start off with entertainment news.
He's a menace to the entire city!
Let's talk a little bit about Zack Snyder. You guys hear about this truth to why he didn't finish the Justice League movie?
I know the story that was told, and he went through a hardship himself as far as, you know, loss of a family member is one of his children. That's what I think was it, but ultimately, I just think it was just his vision and the studio's vision was totally different. That's what I'm assuming that it was.
Yeah, I've kind of talked about this on several different occasions, other podcasts, things like that, where with entertainment news and with Hollywood, when you're dealing with all these producers and directors and things like that, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that nobody really knows, nobody sees or hears about. In this kind of case, you know, it's very sad, and our condolences go out to the Snyder family for their great loss. If there is truth to the fact that they used their loss as a reason for, you know, Zack Snyder to be let go, which is what they're now saying is that he was actually fired instead of him stepping down. It's sad, but again, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes of a
that
movie
we don't even know about. Maybe it's a mutual thing at the
Yeah.
same time. Like, I can't do this right now.
Well, they didn't want to wait because remember they had a date for it and they didn't want to push it for a year later. They wanted to finish that same. Because remember, it was where Captain America or Civil War. Remember, we're gonna release that same the same time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The movie was gonna get released a certain date.
Oh, that happened with a couple of different movies. It wasn't with this one. I think it was with
Batman
Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman. But with Warner Brothers, though, there's been a lot of instances where stuff like this has kind of happened.
Yeah.
If you go back to what was the Return of Superman with Nicolas Cage, remember that movie?
No, yeah, they were thinking about it,
they spent like $2 million on pre-production. They didn't even film anything.
Yeah, that was
spent
with
all that money and then just canceled it.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't until like
at the same
years
time,
later
it's kind
you find out
of
exactly what happened.
plague because if you remember with Richard Donner.
Yeah, that was the other point I was on there.
Second one.
Ford. Yeah.
Richard Donner, he did 75% of Superman 2, and then he got let go and then just edited out and kept some pieces.
Yeah. Brought somebody else in to finish the movie, changed everything.
Yeah.
And you don't even nobody knew about that until like what 25 years later.
Yeah, when they released the Donner edition.
Version. Yeah.
Which who knows? Maybe 20 years down the way we're gonna get Snyder's version of.
Oh yeah, Justice League.
Do you guys want to see it though?
I really don't care.
I'll watch it just to kind of see, but personally, I have a feeling that I'm not going to care for it as much as I like the version they have now.
I do want to see it because I seen the Justice League right now. And the more I see it, the more I want to see what his view was. Because you could get it, but then at the same time, you see the changes. Because if you go back and watch Batman vs. Superman, you kind of not have an idea what he was trying to do. And it don't explain it on the movie because they cut out those scenes. Because now you see the little extra ones when Superman comes down and Alfred's in the Batcave.
But we already figured that was going to be Superman coming back.
Yeah, but the story, like what I
got...
Well,
I mean, you really won't know until you see it.
Well, what I got, my opinion, everybody was talking about why Superman was dark in the first movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because he wasn't ready to be Superman. So he died, came back being Superman. That's why he was brighter.
So you think in Snyder's version,
it would explain
more
that. It would explain even why the dream part.
Maybe. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I heard that was in Snyder's version. I heard that there was a dream that Superman has of the future, like Batman did.
It was Cyborg when he got the mother box. He seen the future from when Batman's dream. Mm-hmm. So he seen everything was going on. That's when they show Darkseid.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of different stuff.
I'm not. It's not. Oh my God! This is the end of the world if I don't see this. No.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Nah, for me, it wasn't one of those things. The thing with Zach is that people love his movies later.
True.
Every single one of his movies, it's garbage, it's this, and then a year goes by, oh my God, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Watchmen was one of them. Watchmen, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe this, but like, I could watch Watchmen all day. I'm fine with it. 300, everyone's like, too much CG, why did they go all CG?
Sucker Punch.
Everyone didn't like it up to that point.
Let's not talk about Sucker Punch.
I mean, the movie wasn't good, but I like the effects.
You like the women.
You like
the women. The only reason anyone says they like Sucker Punch is because of the women.
They punched me out.
Let's be honest.
All right, great segue. Let's go into. Did you guys see the picture of Brainiac? They got revealed for the Krypton sci-fi.
You know what? It did really get me excited. I know it was kind of like but my biggest fear is that we're gonna get the Brainiac from and Red Tornado from like Supergirl. That's why I'm like, okay. When I heard Brainiac was gonna be, I'm like, oh great, we're gonna have a horrible Brainiac. But no, it looks really really good. I don't know how much money they're gonna sink into the show.
Yeah.
Because if they're gonna have a heavy special effect show, they sometimes they're kind of like, well, we only have this much money for CG or special effects. So if there's going to be practical makeup and he looked as good as he did in the picture, then that'll be awesome.
Yeah, because he needs a lot of CGI, whatever Brainiac does.
I'm hoping to see Brainiac from Injustice, the video game.
Yeah.
Because that was a really good version of Brainiac.
You don't want to see him with the pink shirt?
No.
Have you seen the picture, Provoke?
Yeah, like tonight, right now when you showed it, I saw it. I thought it looked pretty good. So. Yeah,
it's it looks pretty legit. I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna be like really fake. It looks like it's gonna be more natural.
Like a human.
And from that picture and of what I've seen from the couple of trailers, it looks like this show might end up being kind of dark.
Yeah.
Well, very little is known about Krypton.
Yeah.
And that's where this is centered around Superman's grandfather, and he's younger, so I don't even think he has Jor-El as a child at this point yet. Yeah. So for them to build a story, and I know I've mentioned it before, where with Superman, the city of Metropolis is part of the story. I'm not gonna go to the other guy. Yeah. But
what guy is that?
Yeah. Darker, pointy ears. I forget.
Oh, Batman.
But and Gotham City, the city actually plays a character as well. So when they mention Krypton, it's kind of like I really don't know much about Krypton. Not to mention they're gonna bring up characters
that we never heard of.
That I'm pretty sure the information's out there because they do extensive background on. I think I might even have a book. The encyclopedia of DC. They might have that. Yeah, that they'll put that in there. But it'll be like a brief little snippet and that's it. I was kind of skeptical. But now I saw Brainiac. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on and see what the show's going to be about.
Yeah, I mean, the picture looks really good. It looks like it's going to be a full-fledged character. Like they're going to flesh
with makeup.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty stoked for it. I've got higher hopes for the show. A little bit more I see every time. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. So, kind of keep an eye out for that one, you guys. Let's talk a little bit about the return of the Karate Kid. You guys seen this?
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai series.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, are you excited? Or are you kind of like,
Now, 80s,
for you guys, 80s again?
For you guys that don't know, it's the original Karate Kid, not the Kung Fu Kid.
Son.
Yeah.
Which was the second, Jaden Smith version.
Jaden Smith.
Not Jackie Chan one.
The problem that I had with that was Jackie Chan. Everyone knows him as a karate guy. So Jackie Chan, right? He couldn't be a karate guy, right? Pat Morita is like it's Arnold from Happy Days, and he's kicking ass. Yeah. So to me,
that killed it. I mean,
it was great. And I think for me, a lot of movies, the third one is always the weakest. This one, the third one was okay. It was a good ending to that trilogy. I know, and then they came out with the next Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Well, no, they came out with the Karate Kid, the female.
No, that was
called the
next Karate Kid.
And then the Jade.
Then Jaden.
And they called it the Karate Kid, but then Jackie Chan's like, I'm going to teach you real Kung Fu.
Yeah. In the movie,
and then
Cobra Kai, it's got
the original cast.
Yeah, Danny LaRusso's coming back.
And Johnny's coming
back too.
Get a body bag.
They don't show a whole lot in this little teaser, but they do show Danny and they show characters. Johnny facing off. So it'll be really interesting to see where are they going to go with this. What?
Well, my issue is it's going to be on YouTube Red.
Yeah.
Like you said, not RedTube.
Not RedTube.
But YouTube Red.
Right.
They haven't put out any shows for me to be, okay, I'm going to subscribe to this.
Interested.
It's not Netflix.
Yeah, nowhere close.
I'm not sure if I'm actually going to watch it unless there's some kind of bootleg version. I'm not going to subscribe to YouTube.
Well, maybe it'll come out on Netflix.
Yeah. Let's see. Fire stick.
But it's one small teaser trailer that's dropped so far. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes.
Any Karate Kid fan will watch it.
I think so.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see because, I mean, at the end of part one, you see that Johnny is pretty much turning a new leaf. He's congratulating Daniel.
Gave him the trophy. His tainted trophy.
So the blood trophy.
He saves him, right? Remember the guy's choking him?
Well, yeah, because in the second movie opens up with
after the
Johnny's sensei
Kreese.
Angry, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last we saw of him.
Mr. Miyagi has to go in and, honk his nose.
Do his thing.
So, but that's the last you saw of them, and now they're in their 40s. It looks like, and it looks like Johnny's trying to open up the
50 or
so. 50, man.
And it looks like he's trying to open up the Cobra Kai dojo again.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it's gonna go. I mean, do you really keep in contact with the person that bullied you so many years into the
yeah, really.
Or is it?
Is it gonna be where Danny's gonna come in as the villain this time?
I think Danny's
Danny was the villain from the first one.
You know what? When I seen it, I think he's a teacher from school now. I had the shirt like a teacher.
I don't know, because if you go back and look at this little teaser trailer, it's almost like Danny's walking into Johnny's dojo going like, dude, what are you doing? This is my town.
No, I'm looking at it.
First.
If you're going to,
I love that.
I'm going at it as more of like he knew what the Cobra Kai was teaching, no mercy,
right?
And all that good stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's something that he doesn't want it. Now, who's to say that Danny doesn't have his own school?
Or his son. Or a son or something.
You know, and because you do see him putting on his headband, his bandana that Mr. Miyagi gave him. And he did look like he had a gi on. So who's to say he doesn't have his own school, and now the Cobra Kai is coming in to take some of his.
Like I said, you think that Daniel LaRusso has like a monopoly on the karate?
No, not so much that. It's more the fact that it's kind of like
the LaRusso dojo.
The Cobra Kai was like again notorious for having bullies. So it's kind of like, all right, the Cobra Kai closed down, and now here's one of the key Cobra Kai members opening up the school again. Rematch. And it's kind of like, are you really? Danny's probably going to be teaching
my business.
Oh, that's what it is. Or more of the teachings that Mr. Miyagi gave him.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
They haven't set it a date. It's just coming soon right now.
Right, I think it's just coming soon.
Yeah.
There was a date for it.
Unless you guys know, shoot it to us and let us know when.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
If you got any news.
So let's get into convention talk, kids.
Yeah, convention season
WonderCon
is coming up. We want to give you guys had never been to a convention before or have little tips that we've picked up along the way. You guys going to any conventions this year?
We're going to be at Fantasia Con. Wonder Comics will be at Fantasia over in Indio. It's a newer con. This is their second year, and Wonder Comics will be there with bells on.
Just bells, nothing else?
Yeah, just bells.
Ding,
just
ding,
bells.
ding, ding.
Yeah, that's how we roll at conventions.
Yeah.
So,
based on conventions that are coming up, I know the one you talked about in Indio.
Right.
What's it called again?
Fantasia Comic Con.
What's the date for that?
That one is May 12th and 13th, Saturday and Sunday.
And then we're also doing WonderCon is coming out.
WonderCon is the second biggest convention
in California.
In Southern California.
Yeah. And then Comic-Con is in the summer.
Right.
And then somewhere along the line, Kamikaze is in October.
Right.
Or
it's
LA
now
Comic-Con.
Stanley's LA Comic-Con.
Kamikaze forever, man.
Right?
And then somewhere along the lines, I know Long Beach has a Comic-Con as well.
Well, Long Beach does two. Long Beach just finished their first one in February. That's the Comic Expo. And then in September, they have another one, which is the Comic-Con.
Yeah.
That's probably the bigger and the better one of the two.
So, so technically, like, this is the beginning of Comic-Con or comic
convention
season.
Con season.
They're having one in Vegas, too, right?
Vegas has one, too.
Yeah, well, I know this weekend they're doing a Supernatural
that's the
thing.
one.
Oh, wow.
I know because I have family that's huge
Circus.
So they're doing a supernatural convention. So basically, I know they also have the Leaky Cauldron or CauldronCon or whatever for Harry Potter and
there's a convention for almost
Doctor Who.
Well, as a matter of fact, they just had a small Doctor Who Gallifrey one.
Yeah,
a couple
actually,
weekends ago.
the biggest one I think for Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Doctor Who.
They're just coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think they even have like Walking Dead has one.
Yeah.
So pretty much,
Dead has one now.
Yeah.
And then of course there's Monster Palooza.
Yeah.
Monster Palooza.
I do Monster Palooza.
Son of Monster Palooza.
Where's that?
I don't do the Sun.
No.
I'm good with Monster Palooza.
Are both of them held at the same convention center? They both in Pasadena, was it?
Pasadena, I know, is Monster Palooza, and then I think Son of Monster Palooza goes to a smaller venue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta be smaller. I mean, it's the Sun. Come on.
Yeah. I don't do the second one, but I know some people do. They enjoy it.
The He-Man one? Which was that one?
PowerCon. Yeah. When does PowerCon come out?
This year too.
Yeah, I don't know, but Power Morphicon, which is
Power
Ranger. That's
so
I do that
if you're into something, there's the anime one.
You'll find something.
Oh yeah, there's anime LA
Expo.
Yeah.
So if you're into something, I guarantee you're going to find a convention for you.
Yeah. Especially if you live in Southern California, you'll find
But the thing is that you go to a convention for the first time and you don't know what's going on. First off, comfortable shoes. Yeah. That's going to be a staple for anyone. Is comfortable shoes, even in cosplay, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. If you're going to be going to any of the big ones like Anaheim Convention Center, San Diego Convention Center, or LA Convention Center, just the most comfortable shoes that you can wear. And
right.
Sometimes it's not possible in cosplay, but yeah, that's definitely, and water, like
stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Snacks. Please, no chocolate. I've seen people that put chocolate in their backpacks and they melt. I would definitely say trail mixes, granola bars.
Yeah.
Something, and then never ever eat at the convention itself.
I've seen a very huge downfall on the con food where people are just getting really like sick, like stomach sick, from con food.
And not only that, but you're also paying double the money, and the food is not good.
And you could go out and eat. At least you could get out and go eat somewhere out there.
Well, the one thing I think that Anaheim does from time to time, they also have food trucks.
Yeah, the vendors are.
Some of the better conventions do that. Long Beach does that too.
So the food trucks, like, I mean, I'm not judging on any of my food truck friends. You guys run awesome businesses, but I have noticed that at the cons they do raise up the prices on the food trucks, which is like, it's kind of sad because like sometimes they take advantage that there is no other options and they are a better tasting option than what's inside the convention.
Right.
So they do take advantage of the price hike. So, but
they would. Do you figure they would learn that they have the volume of customer as opposed to like?
Well, that's. I don't think it's
where I could charge.
I think it's more just greediness.
Yeah, because I mean, if I charge
make money,
if I charge $5 for 3 tacos and a soda, let's say, but at the convention it's $10. It's kind of like no matter what, if you start to charging the same price. If anyone out there is listening and you're going to go to the convention and sell, please keep the prices the same. You're going to make more money this way because there's going to be a longer line for you.
Yeah.
But you have to remember too. I mean, this is another thing that a lot of you really want to keep an eye out for when you go to visit a convention. Being a vendor myself, I noticed that a lot of vendors will actually double the price on some of the stuff that they sell because with some of these conventions, especially at San Diego International, you're going down to the world's biggest convention. People come from all over the world to this convention, and to them, they think this is the only place I'm going to be able to find this item. So they will pay anything.
Yeah.
And vendors know that. So I've been down there and I'm like, how in the world are you charging this much money for something I could get at my neighborhood store for,
half the price
or less?
Yeah.
And it astounds me. So like there's a lot of people I know that actually put into their budget and they put money aside because they know they're going to blow it when they go to these conventions, but you gotta kind of
that's another tip. Be cautious. Is shop around before the convention starts.
Yeah.
If it's at a Comic-Con exclusive or a convention exclusive, pay the money for it.
That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
But as long as it comes from the original vendor.
Yeah.
Because it does happen a lot where Mattel will sell something, but a vendor will buy it and sell it at their booth for double or triple the price.
Also, make sure that if you're gonna buy an exclusive, be there early, because now the lines are like 3 hours or longer. So for an exclusive, so make sure if you're gonna go for an exclusive figure or anything that you think is exclusive, try to get there a little early.
So plan.
Definitely plan. They usually release a lot of the bigger conventions release the map of where everything is at, so you can plot your path and know where you're gonna hit before anyone else figures it out. So there's that. Look up small restaurants, mom and pop places. They usually have better food around the conventions. Just try to get some snacks, definitely, and try to avoid inside, because inside food is just, I've never had anyone that was really good.
It's almost kind of like if you were to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
You technically don't really want to spend the money of buying the food at Disneyland, but if you've been in Disneyland all day and you're way in the back, you don't want to have to walk out and go somewhere else to, get something to eat. So you just pay whatever is available closest to you. And I get
$10
that.
water bottle.
But if you do take snacks or whatever, at least it can hold you over till you can walk out to...
get something to eat, real food.
Some real food at a decent price or something like that. It's the same thing for the conventions.
If you guys are staying at some of the hotels out there, check and see if they have a mini fridge and a microwave. Some of them do have that, and you could save a lot of money just by bringing your own food to snack throughout the day. And then just eat out a couple nights out of the time you're there, and then just eat it in the hotel room.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Plan your route, plan everything.
Also, if you guys, this is your first time with a convention, if you guys can't make it to the big one, try the small ones.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Long Beach is a really good, even though Long Beach is considered more like a medium-sized con now. It's been growing a lot. Mm-hmm. Long Beach is a good one to start. I just had a friend that went to his first con for Long Beach, and he was great.
Even WonderCon isn't that bad.
Even the one in Ontario, the new one.
WonderCon is starting to get kind of...
It's got
Comic-Con level?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say it's second to Comic-Con, but it's because it's the same people that put on San Diego Comic-Con put on WonderCon. Mm-hmm. To a lot of people, I've always kind of explained it. You think of it this way. San Diego Comic-Con is kind of like movies. You've got the highest entertainment value there at San Diego Comic-Con. But then when you go down to WonderCon, it's kind of like your Netflix, your television show, and your smaller entertainment. Mm-hmm. You still got, big name actors and everything, but it's not as huge as, these multi-billion-dollar movies that are coming out. WonderCon it's getting pretty crazy down there now.
Yeah, because I think I've been getting on my news feeds as far as like, Fox Studios is going to be there, and Warner Brothers is going to be there. Mm-hmm. If there's any panels you definitely want to go watch, write them down and schedule them out. And if it's going to be a high-profile one, get in line early because.
And if you're looking for a reason to go to a convention, you're not sure whether or not you'll enjoy yourself. Look up the convention on the website and see what it is they're going to have. What kind of special guests, what kind of panels, what stuff will you see? That might help to decide whether or not you want to go or not.
Oh, another thing you want in your survival pack? A lot of Purell. A lot of Purell, definitely, and something to freshen up.
Some
deodorant and spray.
Deodorant, spray deodorant.
Some of those Axe body sprays that freshen you up a little bit. That those come in handy.
Yeah, you got any other?
Make sure you get some gum.
A lot of people come back, or I shouldn't say people, but cosplayers, they come back sick a few days after the con. They call it the con crud or whatever they call it. Knock on wood. I haven't, but maybe because most of my cosplays, I wear masks, so I'm kind of protected like that. Right. But if you're sick, please don't come to the con.
Don't shake people's hand if you're sick.
Yeah,
that's why I said that's where the Purell comes in.
I know you want to take pictures with some cosplayers, you want to take pictures with actors, but just it's common courtesy.
Yeah, treat everybody else that like you'd want to be treated.
Yeah.
Real quick, along with going with some of the convention stuff, for anyone that wants to try cosplaying, how would you think that they would go about getting started?
Yeah,
for your first convention.
So for the first convention, try not to put so much emphasis on perfection. That's the only thing you're going to do there is you're going to stress yourself out. You're going to have a breakdown, which I've had many, and that's because I wanted to get everything so right. When it comes out on camera, you're not going to see a lot of the imperfections that you have on your suits or anything like that. And, it goes back to the basics. Cosplay is for fun, and that's where it should be. You shouldn't be trying to feel that you're judged or judging even other people. Right. It's all about the resources that you have and what you put into it and the love that you have for the character. I would say Instagram is actually a good tool if you want to get ideas. Start following the cosplayers that do the costumes that you like, and then sometimes reach out to them. Some cosplayers are very nice. They'll give you some tidbits of where they got some of the material, or some cosplayers are even doing YouTube videos on tutorials on how they build stuff. So that's what I would say, but just have fun.
With that being said, what's your go-to? What is in your cosplay wheelhouse?
Spider-Man.
Only Spider-Man?
No, Spider-Man. I do the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. Ooh. I've done Casey Jones for the Ninja Turtles. Let's see. I'm starting to join up with people like Master Jedi, which is Mega Mike from the G1 Boys, and Orion Ray that does Optimus Prime and Megatron. So there's stuff coming up for them. I don't know if I can talk about it, but
don't get in trouble.
Yeah. But no, and I've suited up with them as Ninja Turtles too. So
how cool is it when you meet other cosplayers?
It's really cool, like people that you admire, at a distance, in pictures, and you see them, and you actually get to see the work that they've put into their suits, so It's
you guys admire each other's craft.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
what
definitely.
would you say? Have you built some of the items for your costumes, or did you buy?
So with Spider-Man, I'm a very, very amateur, so to say, sewer. So I could never sew my own suits. I know some cosplayers do sew their own suits, but I do send it out to a company called Zentai Zone. I buy the pattern. Most of my patterns are from a cosplayer or a designer called Brandon Gilbert on Instagram. And so I buy the pattern and I send it out to Zentai Zone, and then they sew it, and I get it back in, I don't know, about 2 weeks or something. And I feel that for the price that you're paying, it's the most economical, and it's a good quality suit.
Are you able to say like how much you spend on your suits, like
so,
average?
So on average, like a Spider-Man suit, if you go with Zentai Zone, it'll cost you anywhere between $100 to $120.
Well, it's not bad.
Compared to like when I started 4 years ago, my first Spider-Man suit cost me $1,500.
Wow.
So, and that's the suit that if you see some of my pictures, I've battle damaged it, I've torn it, you know.
On purpose?
On purpose.
Just, okay.
On purpose, because the sad thing is I got duped. And there was not tears, but there was glue marks on the suit. There was sprays and
For the money, you didn't get your money's worth.
Exactly.
Okay.
I should have gotten a move. Now, if you pay $1,500, you can get something screen quality.
Yeah. Right.
Completely. You know. So that's one thing. So yeah, do your research. Definitely do your research.
What is the most complicated costume that
I've actually worn?
Yeah. The one you're like, I may not do this one again because
I can't breathe.
Sometimes the Ninja Turtle ones, because they're so hot. Like the minute that you put on that suit, like
that's all latex.
It's you're in a microwave, but I enjoy it just because it's the crew that does it with me. It's fun being with them. So
not just that, but you're a turtle.
Yeah,
so I mean that's where the coolest.
I can't flip, man. I got asked at the last Kids Can Cosplay event as I was Spider-Man, and I got asked, hey, can you do some like flips or anything? I was like, nope, I don't flip.
Now, do you come up with a story? You're like, oh, I just left a battle, so I'm a little sore, or anything like that. Like, nah, I'm just lazy.
Like if it was an adult that asked me, so I said, no, ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't do flips. But if it's kids usually ask about the web shooters.
Yeah,
like, why can't you shoot webs? And I say, oh, I got them damaged in my last fight, you know, or they won't allow me here in the building with the web shooters, cool, you know. Yeah. Just something to keep the kids like, oh, okay, cool, you know. So they're more interested in just actually like seeing you in the costume.
And kids get all excited for it, right?
They do.
Now let me ask you something. What is one costume that you would like to add to your wheelhouse?
Like a dream cosplay.
A dream cosplay. You know what? A Star Wars character, Darth Maul. That's actually that's my end game. When you see Darth Maul on me, that means that's it. I'm
Can't
done.
go any better.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm stepping down at that point.
You won't step down. You're like I'm tapped out. No more costumes for me. Here's where I'm ending. So anyone that's starting to begin, because I've expressed interest in trying to do it myself. I'm going to Comic-Con this year. I've gone for the last few years, and I've always wanted to do something. And I've always seen cosplayers that are having a great time, or B, miserable as all hell because they picked the wrong footwear, the wrong costume.
Yes.
Especially at Comic-Con, I saw this one girl, great cosplay. She went as Hela, but she had the high heels and the huge horn helmet where she was walking sideways, she was turning around because of the cosplay. I've taken that into consideration, and I've gone into like, okay, I want to do this, I want to try this. I don't know where to get started. So for anyone out that's listening, where are some of the companies, like you had mentioned before, that are kind of like, or cosplayers that are a bit more beginner friendly for people to reach out to?
Beginner friendly, I'm not too sure like who would. I'm beginner friendly. You know, if I've had a lot of people reach out to me, like mostly like where I got the suits. Most of the time, I really try to give shout outs, especially like my Green Ranger suit. I try to give as many shout outs to like everybody, because there was 3 different makers for that suit. Like the actual green suit, the gold shield, and then the helmet. Those are 3 different people. And then like even the belt buckle is different, you know, a different maker too. So I always try to give those shout outs to those makers, but you know, if anybody wants to reach out to me, if I don't do the cosplay, I usually know somebody that does that cosplay, and I can point you in that direction.
For them. Okay.
Yeah, you can find me DJ Provoke on Instagram, and I'll help you guys out. So, but yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy helping out people because, like I said, like 4 years ago, it was more of a struggle, like as to like where to find the resources. So,
well, this is one of the reasons we do the show is for us to like what we know or what we can find out for our listeners. So we could be like, okay, well, here's information on such and such character.
Right.
And now the convention season's coming up. I would like to try to do something this year because I keep on saying every year I'm going to do it. Every year I'm going to do it. You had brought up that you do the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
I personally and my friend wanted to do Bebop and Rocksteady.
That would be awesome.
That would be so
awesome.
Cool.
And the thing about it is that, like, okay, and I've talked to people. It's kind of like, well, what do you think I should do? They're like, well, do practical. I'm like, it won't look right. I want cartoon version Bebop and Rocksteady.
So they wear a mask.
So everyone's all like, we'll go with a furry, and I'm like, I don't even know where to get started.
Oh, I don't
that'd be
know.
cool.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I think the movie one looks cool. It would look cool like that.
Yeah, but I can't do all CG me.
With,
You know what I mean? I can't CG myself in front of a convention.
Okay, but what about the movie Bebop and Rocksteady before they come?
No. I want to do the rhino, and I want to do the pig, and I want to do like I think that's what I want to do. And everyone's all telling me like you should do the furry costume. Like there's people out there, and I'm like, I know that's going to be kind of pricey. I mean, that might be my end game. That might be like, okay, I'm going to strive to get to that one and do that one. I want to play to my strengths,
right?
And probably do the one character that I look like the most, probably Mario.
Yeah,
from Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, that'd be good.
So it's kind of like it's one of those. Easy. It was created by a Japanese man.
Right.
Looks like an Italian, but really is Mexican.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I would love to do Bebop and Rocksteady. No, I wouldn't. I don't want to do my classic version of Mario. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, that's why I wanted to see where people can reach out. They can reach out to you. That's great, and maybe you could let them know about other companies and whatnot.
And not to cut you off, but you mentioned Bebop and Rocksteady. So the same company that makes the turtle suits for them, which you can find them on Instagram as Prop Shop Garage, they also make Bebop and Rocksteady. So those are actual suits. And they would customize it to you. So it depends on how far you want to go. If you just want the mask, if you want the full suit.
Yeah.
So it's
a one place you could go to.
Yeah, Prop Shop Garage on Instagram. They customize like latex and suits. So.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really really cool stuff. But then again, I mean, for your first outing, I don't know if you want to go that.
I don't want to go that way. I'll probably do the winter ones, like the ones that are in September, October. Right. And that one in San Diego, it'll be death.
That's another thing I do. I kind of like think, okay, so what's the weather like going to be inside and outside of the con? Right. Am I going to be sweating? Like, there's a Little Mac cosplay, Little Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch Out, that is just a pink jumpsuit that I wear. And if I know it's going to be cold outside, that's what I wear. I will not wear it during the summer or anything like that.
He actually had it lying around the house. He used to wear it all the time.
Yeah.
And he one day he looked in the mirror and said, hey.
In all honesty, a lot of the best cosplay that I've seen are not your regular, like Superman, Wonder Woman. It's kind of like, you're the dude.
Yeah. From
Big Lebowski. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, okay.
The odd characters.
It's kind of like, oh, you're Ned Flanders.
Yeah, the more unique, it's nice, So it's always good and like refreshing to see like the uniqueness of like somebody's imagination to bring that character out to the con. Yeah. You're like, whoa! Like there's been a guy that's been walking around for about a year now that does Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
he's not a comic book character or anything like that.
But you get it.
But you get it, and he walks around, and it's the coolest thing to see him.
Yeah, there's one guy every year at Comic-Con. Well, the last couple of years I've seen him, and he stands in one place, and he's Silent Bob.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Silent Bob.
He doesn't talk to you. He holds a cigarette in his mouth. And we ask him where Jay is at. He pulls a little action figure of Jay.
Yeah.
And he doesn't... But I'm like, wait a minute. You paid all this money to come to this convention and you're standing here for like the next 5 hours of the convention's open. But yeah, some of the obscure, smaller characters you don't think nobody will remember they will remember.
Yeah.
Any other tips you guys have for any first time cosplayers or any first time con goers, or any other suggestions you guys might want to give out to?
Just check your location where you live. Maybe you have one close by to you.
I would say that for your first time, if you possibly can, go with somebody that's already been to a convention. Have one of your friends that's been to a convention take you, so that way they can kind of
guide you.
Yeah, guide you, kind of hold your hand and show you all the stuff that's cool to see, give you tips and prepare you properly.
That's actually really good. My brother took me years ago to the first probably Anime Expo, and they had it, I think, in Anaheim. Maybe it wasn't called Anime Expo or something, but it was at the Anaheim Convention Center. I had never been to a con, and he had been to a con on the East Coast, and he's like, come on, let's go check it out. Yeah. So
you were hooked?
I was hooked.
Yeah.
I was definitely hooked. And I'm not even huge on anime, but I always liked Dragon Ball and but yeah, I was definitely hooked on the con.
One of my very first conventions, or actually the very first convention I went was Wizard World in Los Angeles.
Wizard World, yes.
Wow, yeah.
So for me, that was like, oh my god! And then I did Wizard World a couple times.
You're old.
Until I'm not gonna fight it. Yeah. But and then I went to Comic-Con for the first time, and it was like, for me, it was like going from a minor league game, to like the World Series.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that at the following year, I went back to Wizard World.
Yeah.
And it didn't have the same feel.
Yeah.
Because I had that bug of the big convention. So please give the small conventions a try. If you cannot get into the big ones,
work your way up.
Yeah. Work your way up, because I guarantee you it's going to be like going to a minor league game.
You'll have fun in the small ones.
Yeah, it's like going to a minor league game, and then as soon as you get to the big ones, you'll understand.
See the difference.
I get that a lot. Like, a lot of people strive to try to get to San Diego. Like not even that are avid con goers, just people that want to check it out.
Yeah,
I want to go to San Diego. Well, and I tell them, look, there's a process for it, and it's a raffle, and it's really hard.
Now it's a process.
Yeah, it's really hard to get tickets, and I tell them, try WonderCon. If you're really gonna go for a big con, try WonderCon. Try Kamikaze.
But I've even heard of some people that have gone to San Diego for their first time, and it ruined conventions for them. They were like,
the anxiety
I can't do it. I'll never do another convention again.
It's not like before, because
it was terrible.
I remember when I first went to the first Comic-Con. It was
Comic-Con number 1?
No, it was It wasn't.
He's old too.
Yeah, and it wasn't as bad. We didn't have to pre-order the tickets. We go to the
window.
You
just walk right up.
We get them, and we're
I have
there.
a few friends that have done it.
You could walk back from the front to the back with no problem.
Now I remember, I don't mind the way they do it right now. It's better than what they've done before. I remember if you go to the convention, let's say you buy your ticket, you only got one day. Mm-hmm. You managed to get one day. If you guys get the chance, get that one day. Because the following year, you have the option of 2 tries to get tickets. Yeah. Anyway, but they actually had a window there for you to buy your tickets for next year's convention.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The problem is that the line was so long, you're in line and the convention's already closed.
Yeah.
But you're already set up for next year. And then it has happened where it's kind of like, all right, we're only going to sell 5,000 tickets, for next year today.
Right.
So you're there all day, the convention's already closed, and you didn't get a ticket.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's a vast improvement from what they've done. Enjoy yourself. That's the key, is have fun. Expect long lines. Expect not so good food inside the convention. A little tip that I would give, if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, there's always a little taco truck that parks by the marina.
Yeah, somewhere.
And they always have really good tacos. And I don't think they gouge the price, because I've seen monsters inside the convention for $8 they were selling them for. And that was right outside the convention. So find these little, talk to people that have gone there before and see what they've had, tried, eaten, different places, just to save yourself some money.
Yeah, we'll try to do our best to kind of give you guys a heads up on an upcoming convention, so that way you kind of get prepared and get ready for it if you're interested. Provoke, what's the next convention coming up?
For me, WonderCon.
WonderCon, and that's March, right?
March 24th or something like that. But yeah, it's towards the end of March at Anaheim. And as we mentioned, it's getting bigger. So know your strengths and your weaknesses, about your own self. If you know that you do not like crowds, maybe don't go to WonderCon. A lot of people suffer from anxiety, and the big crowds overwhelm them. So
not to mention, it's not that far away from Disneyland, so the Disneyland crowd is there, and on top of it, the end.
If you don't like going to Disneyland on a holiday,
on a Saturday,
Saturday,
that's what you're expecting. You're expecting the big crowds. So just know yourself.
But if you're okay with crowds and you're like eager to go to San Diego Comic-Con, but you can't get in.
There's so much stuff to do outside. If you're that determined to go to San Diego,
you can go see it outside.
There's so much stuff.
Oh yeah, you could hang out outside. Yeah.
Now, as a matter of fact, a couple years back, I met a girl in line for one of the things outside. She was talking about she flew from Australia for Comic-Con.
Nice.
I'm like, all right, cool. What do you like inside? Oh, I didn't get tickets.
Wow.
I'm like, so you came all the way to San Diego? This is your first convention? Like, yeah. And you didn't get tickets? I'm like, no, but I'm having a great time.
Yeah, because I'm a photographer, a lot of us, they do that. They just meet up there and just hang out.
Ghost it, right?
I ghosted San Diego for like 2 years until I finally won the raffle. Yeah. But I hang out outside. There's a lot of friends that don't get tickets, so you hang out.
And a lot of the cosplayers. Now, like I said, Discovery Channel is out there usually. Yeah. Nickelodeon is out there. I remember they even had the Gotham City zip line. And you got to do that. They have like airbag jumps. They even had
if you guys get a chance, take a look at some of our other videos on the YouTube channel here for Wonder Comics. We have a couple of videos that we did maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And all that footage is just outside the convention center. And you'll see we actually took some video of the cast of The Walking Dead. I was around maybe after year 1, I think it was. Walking Dead just barely, it hit the airwaves. So if you're kind of curious as to like what's going on outside that we're talking about, take a look at those videos so that we can kind of get an idea as to how much stuff is actually going on outside.
Yeah.
You actually run into a lot of celebrities also.
Yeah.
Celebrities incognito. They've seen like pictures of Daniel Radcliffe. He was Spider-Man 1 year, and nobody knew it was him because he was completely dressed up as Spider-Man. Henry Cavill. Yeah. He's walked around before.
Yeah, with a V mask from V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
And that was it. Just big old dude with a mask on.
Yeah.
But I know Adam Savage from Mythbusters.
Yeah,
he's a huge
famous
cosplayer.
Yeah, he loves to go every year and
he does that. And
he goes incognito.
That was the one thing that he actually invented was that one cooling element to one of his suits.
Right.
He piped the water and he put plumbing of water, so it just streamed water throughout the whole entire suit. And it would just kept them cool the whole entire time.
That's what the Ninja Turtles need.
That's what probably and you could hide because they had like a little pump and whatever the case is. And he did like a 1950s astronaut, so he had the little briefcase, the oxygen tanks. But you guys probably put that in your turtle backpack or your turtle shells. So maybe you guys want to look in on that. Find an engineer friend. Any engineers out there?
They have a cooling suit. I haven't seen it, but I think that that some of them that do it more regularly, they brought it and implemented it, but not when I've done it. I've only done it twice. So if I do it for a longer period of time, like at a con or something, then yeah, definitely.
You bump into a lot of people. I bumped into Justin Long.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know he was at that time. They were doing the Die Hard. I bumped into him, like hit him, and I was like, oh, sorry, it's cool. And I kind of seen him, but I was like, where did I see him? I remember him, Jeepers Creeper, but I was like, when I was walking, you just see everybody just, like, oh, wow.
I had an issue with Hilary Swank at one of the conventions.
Really?
Yeah, I went with my friend.
The next Karate Kid?
Yeah. No. Well, this is when not Justin. What's the name? Ashton Kutcher was doing Punk'd.
Oh, okay.
And she had just gotten punked at Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
And so I got her. She was already pissed. So I was with my friend, and I lost her in the crowd. And I'm like, where is she? So I was walking backwards a little bit, and I felt a little hand, and they pushed. And I turned around. I thought it was my friend. And I'm like, hey, you're... And then that's when security grabbed me and just threw me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Boys don't cry.
Oh, wow.
Whatever, $1 million baby.
Yeah.
But that was my one. It wasn't like a bad, like, oh my God, I'm going to sue you or anything like that. I just penetrated the security bubble.
Yep, exactly.
She had 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and I got, close to her. And later on I found out she had, well, you just met Ashton Kutcher, so I would be pissed too.
All right, since you got a story, I'm going to give you a story. And this one was heartbreaking to me because I'm a big DC fan. So last year, I'm down at San Diego Comic-Con, and I run into a friend of mine, And so we were chatting a little bit here and there, and we're talking, and then I say my goodbyes to him. And 30 minutes later, I see him posting pictures of the entire Justice League cast.
Oh, wow.
He posted a video. They literally walked right past him, high-fiving him and everybody else. And I was like, what is this? And so I texted him right away. I was like, dude, when did this happen? He goes, 30 minutes right after you left. He goes, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, literally just walked right past him because they were heading over to the
panel.
Yeah, the Warner Brothers panel or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed the entire cast.
That's the one thing with they're incognito. You don't know until after the convention's over.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I did see that guy.
Yeah.
And you don't know.
It's stuff like that, just crazy.
So if you guys have any other questions or want any more information about the conventions, feel free to leave us a message on
Wonder Comics.
Wonder Comics or in the comment section.
Yes.
Feel free to leave us any questions or comments you guys have about any of the conventions, and we'll try and share as much knowledge as we can and experiences that we had.
Yeah, if we don't have the info, we can find it for you.
So yeah, with that being said, we're trying to turn it into something pretty good here for you guys. So
something fun.
Please spread the word and let people know about our podcast. We really would appreciate that. And any comments, leave them down below if you want to reach us with questions or any kind of information you guys want us to talk about.
Provoke, got anything to say?
No, just like I mentioned before, if you have any kind of cosplay questions or want to get started, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, DJ Provoke, and I'll try to get you and going in the right direction.
Do you guys want to give out your Instagrams if anyone wants to get in contact with you guys there?
Neehigh100 on Instagram. NEEHIG.
Look at your hat. It's on your hat.
It's not on this one. Okay, sorry. All right. It's NEEHIGH 100 on Instagram.
And you can reach me on Instagram under Badass James Dynamite.
And I'm under Wonder Comics everywhere.
So with that being said, I think we're out.
Yep, that's it. Till next time, guys.
Peace.